Today we're gonna be jumping right back into Night Call. That is the wrong fucking screen. Today we're gonna be jumping right back into Night Call. Have not played at all since last week. So I'm excited to get back into it. There is one thing I thought about after I got off, which was something about the board. I want to see if there's something I can do with the board. Someone flushes the toilet and you hear the pipe shake. One of them runs under the bed. You find the sound calming. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Night 3. So yeah, let me know whether the mic sounds good or not from here, being further away. Shouldn't be too bad, but never know. So the thing I wanted to do with the bulletin board is there's a bunch of like scraps of paper that aren't actually like connected to our suspects. So I'm wondering if I have to like drag and drop it over their picture to then connect a line or not. Or, because last time I was saying maybe it's just like it'll connect over time when we have more evidence to associate it with someone. I don't know. Oop, that is not what I meant to do. Go to her instead. Thank God I can correct that. So we do not have the money to go and pay another fee for intel. You pull over to the side of the road and wait for your passenger, a regular you haven't seen in a while, Myrtle. She appears from the side street, toting an enormous shopping bag, and climbs into the cab. Hello there. Hello there. I wasn't sure you'd received my message. Her voice is cracked and raspy like a broken phonograph. You know all about her sad life story, about her failed romances, her scratch card addiction, her 2 incarcerations to date. You were lucky. You'd been given a helping hand. She hadn't. Are you going to get going or what? Sorry, I'm a little distracted. Where to? To the shelter in Montreal. Montreal? Thanks. You turn the key in the ignition, and the motor hums. Damn, feels good to be warm. And, speaking of being warm, things are kind of tough. Right now, money-wise, if you know what I mean. Myrtle, you know it's always free for you. She raises a hand and puffs out her chest. No way, forget it. I'm a passenger just like anyone else. Her hoarse, raspy voice is like sandpaper over stone. Let's make a deal instead, okay? An agreement, that is. I'm listening. I'll tell you a riddle, and if you find the solution, I'll pay the fare. Sound good? You nod yes. Fine. Are you listening? Ready? Yeah, sure. Go on ahead. When you have me, you want to share me. But if you do share me, you don't have me. I would try and solve it myself, but I'm on a timer here. Hold on. When you have me, you want to share me. If you do share me, you don't have me. When you have me, you want to share me. But if you do share me, you don't have me. Time? Maybe time? I feel like that's a generic answer, I don't know. She breaks off. That's it? Oh, of course that's it. Are you expecting a novel or something? She repeats the riddle, her voice tinged with fatigue. When you have me, you want to share me. But if you do share me, I don't exist. Well? Let's try to guess the right answer on purpose. Well, something that is destroyed or that dies when it's shared. A good meal? A lie? A lie. That could be it. Or maybe you mutter to yourself a while longer. Freedom? Passenger leans in a little closer. She's hoping to hear what you were saying. It's a good riddle, Myrtle. You like it? I do. A lot. So it was freedom? Well then, what's your answer? I only exist. Oh. I only exist if I'm not shared. What am I? A smile, a secret, a lie, sleep. Oh, it's probably a secret. Passenger eyes you intently. Well then, aren't you a smart one? A note of disappointment has crept in her voice. Yeah, a secret. If you share it, it's no longer a secret. So, there you go. Here for the hydrate. I got Arizona here. I'm gonna finish this off. Water the boy! Yeah, especially after doing this fucking voice. Arizona the boy. She shakes her head softly. I sure as hell found that one out the hard way, handsome. All those goddamn whores. Bunch of bitches who pretend to be shocked when they heard I'd lost everything. My boyfriend, the roof over my head, my entire life. So what do they go and do next, huh? Fuck. They blabbed it all over town. Told everything to everyone. No secret there, that's for sure. So I couldn't get a job anymore, and I lost every goddamn last thing. Her voice breaks off. She looks out the window, very visibly angry. When she takes up her story a few minutes later, her voice is shaky. That's all in the past now. I forgave those stupid bitches. That's what I learned out on the streets. Forgiveness. A few minutes later, you get to the shelter where Myrtle is going to spend the night. So, anyhow, since you guessed my riddle, she starts filing through her bag very slowly, trying to find the money for a fare. You can tell she's hoping you won't hold her to it. Alright. Fine. Aw, you're a sweetheart. I'll make it up to you, promise. You wonder how she'll make it up to you. Anyhow, I'm off. See you soon, handsome. She gives you a wink and exits the cab. Her shopping bag drags behind her. She picks her way through a handful of homeless people waiting in front of the shelter. It'll be opening soon. You pull out. It's back to your rounds. Alright, we're definitely gonna need gas after this one. The door opens. It's Hervé, a homeless man like hundreds of others in Paris. You've known each other for years, and every now and then he asks a favor of you to drive him someplace. As usual, he greets you quietly, though he always seems a little on edge. Hey, buddy. What's up, pup? He has a strange verbal tick that you've never really understood. You start the cab. The passenger in the back of the seat is whistling a funny tune. He's in a pretty good mood. You look good. Thanks. Some days are like that. Everything goes your way, hey? Belly is full, your buddies are around to help you, you're not cold. Gives you a smile. And then, you know, you get good news. Oh, really? Really? Something glad to hear. Well, out with it then. Well, it's my ex-wife. She just got married again, and a real love story of all that. That's the way we like them. How'd you find out? She sometimes comes around with stuff for me, she told me. She was embarrassed. She gave me a blanket, a few books, some canned food, ravioli. Does she do that often? Yeah, from time to time, but when she comes to Paris. In the rearview mirror, your passenger's face clouds over, as if what he was saying has just sunk in. Suddenly, between clenched teeth, he hisses, "Whore." You look up. Whore? What? Didn't you just say whore? Your passenger smiles slightly. Nuh-uh. Don't worry about it. I was thinking of something else. Suddenly, Hervé opens the cab door. You can pull over right here. I don't want you to get into any trouble. The guys in the squat can be a little on edge around here. Edge. You park the car and Hervé opens the door. Good night. Thanks again, Ken. Gives you a smile. A moment later, Hervé vanishes inside a graffiti-covered building. Its imposing Art Deco facade mesmerizes you for a moment, and then you start the cab. Bro, I'm making no fucking money tonight. What the hell are we doing? I need to go to a gas station, though, I think. Should I go to a... Yeah, let's go to a gas station first. I mean, we haven't gone through too much of our time. I don't know, we're about halfway done. Fuck, we made no money. Can I get a Red Bull? Are you asking me? Fucking go for it. Pull over and stop at a gas station. Personally, I love the Fruit Punch Rockstars. Those are my go-to. But Red Bulls aren't bad either. Not a soul in sight. The fluorescent lights irritate your eyes, and the smell of pee is wafting up from the spaces in between the pumps. Yeah. You're in one of the gas... Oh. Yeah, I'll get you a Red Bull. I got you. They probably have like a 2-for-1 deal. Self-service here. You pay directly at the pump. You know what's weird to me? The fact that New Jersey still has people that like pump gas for your car. Like they have like people that sit outside the station. Like you're not allowed to pump gas into your own car in New Jersey. It's so interesting to me. I mean, I guess it gives more job options, but I don't know. I think I wouldn't like that. I'd feel weird. The mini mart over there. It must sell newspapers. The person behind the counter must see and hear things. Might be worth asking a couple questions. You sigh and get out of your taxi. The cold grips you hard. Oh, I can enter the shop. You walk into the mini mart. The clerk behind the counter is undoubtedly the most ordinary person you've ever seen. Can I help you? What is this? The fuck are these? Oh, scratchers? Ooh, don't fucking tempt me, dude. Let's get a newspaper. Should we get some scratchers? Gotta go for the highballer one. Gotta do. Losing ticket, no luck. Damn. Alright, talk to the clerk. I was wondering. You immediately bring up the serial killer. The cashier looks up, obviously excited by the topic. New clue available in your room. Guy behind the counter barely looks at you as you leave. That it? I don't get to actually like see what the news is. Oh, I have to like hold. That's kind of fun. That's a fun mechanic. God damn, $78. Ooh. Ooh. You get into your taxi and drive away. God damn, it's no better than the US. Okay, let's I'm gonna save the newspaper because we really need to make some damn money. This is one of our dudes, one of our suspects. Let's go pick him up. See what's going on. You pull up in front of the address the central office gave you, a crepe joint, quite a popular one by the looks of the lines spilling out of the door and onto the sidewalk. I love the rain sounds in the background. I'll turn this up a little bit on my end. You sit for a moment. The door opens and a group of 30-somethings come into view. All the men and women are dressed alike, spotty running shoes, jeans, small shoulder bags. They're officers from the Paris Anti-Crime Squad in plain clothes. You sigh. They're brutish types. Ones who like to race, tackle, clobber. Ones who've ruined the afternoons you've spent wandering around Paris in your teens. After a bit, one of them pulls away from the group and comes over to your taxi. He opens the door and collapses into the back seat. He is stocky and of Asian descent. You can see his muscles through his thick winter clothes. He smells of crepes and hard cider, and his face is bright red. Hey, what's up? I live near Turnez. He He chuckled as one of his colleagues rushed over to the taxi and pulls an imaginary gun from his coat. He points to his badge and screams at you, with a big smile on his face. What a douchebag. The other cop eventually backs off and you drive away. Sorry, man. We were having a going away party for the colleague. Celebrating Christmas, too. No worries. The passenger smiles, then puts his fingers back back on his temples. He drank too much. Shit. I'm a lightweight, and they knew it. I think they were trying to loosen my tongue. His behavior changes abruptly, like he's just seen a ghost. One question. Yes. Do taxi drivers have some sort of policy or ethics code? Not sure I understand. Like priests or doctors. If I tell you something, you keep it to yourself? He starts speaking before you have a chance to reply. I've been lying to my colleagues for years. I joined the squad 8 years ago, and they all think I'm in a relationship with a woman who lives in Strasbourg, and that we're going to get married. Makes a strange yelping noise, like an air bubble burps into the surface of a river. As soon as they get too close to Strasbourg, I start making up stories. We've almost broken up 10 times. I convinced them we're trying to have a kid, but it hasn't worked out yet. He sighs. Fuck. Saying it out loud is just the worst. His eyes are getting shiny. I'm gay. A deep breath. I'm getting married in a few weeks to my boyfriend. Another breath. Longer. Deeper. No one at work knows. Not a soul. The next sentence comes out in a rush. He holds his breath for the whole time. I like men. I've always liked men. But I work in the police station. Listen to their comments, to their jokes all day long. When we catch a guy who's never done time before, we tell him briefly what he should expect. We talk about the violence, about the... Finally, he breathes in again. I say we because I'm in on it. Because we say all the time, without any prompting. The word rolls off the tongue completely natural. He finally looks you in the eye. They're not mean. Ooh. He shakes his head. My colleagues aren't mean people. They're cops. Not mean, they're just doing their job. He manages to flash a tiny, crooked smile. You know what I'd really like? I'd like to have them over for dinner. Everybody on the squad. They could see my place. We could play a board game, something normal, you know? They could meet James. He's your husband-to-be? Takes a moment to think about your question. Yes, soon. He smiles at last, a genuine smile. Can you believe it? Getting married in 2 weeks. After living together for 9 years. For 9 years, he's been willing to live in a lie. Does he hold it against him? No, he gets how it is. He snickers. He's crazy about me, and I'm crazy about him. He knows I love my job and couldn't possibly do anything else. He loves me enough to let me keep lying. Slowly shakes his head. But I can't go on like this. I have to... Freezes. Shit, my head is spinning. I don't feel so good. Why am I telling you this? Why? He grabs onto the seat in front of him. Hey, can you pull over? Kyrie threw up. Got an achievement. You stop immediately. He opens the door and leans the top half of his body out. He throws up. You open your window to air out the greasy smell of fried crepes and the sour scent of cider. A moment later, the cop sits back up. Okay. Okay, I'm all set. I got it all out. You start driving again. I'm sorry. Really. As long as it's not in my taxi. He snickers. I promise I'll warn you if it might happen again. You nod while your passenger moans and quietly says, I'm sorry. Just be careful, okay? Pauses to catch his breath. Shit. I haven't barfed like that since, like, last Easter. They made me drink this South African liquor. Something with cream and cocoa. Nasty. I can still picture it. I was doing shots while they shouted my name. Karate Kid! Karate Kid! Karate Kid? He seems uncomfortable. It's my nickname on the squad. Karate? Yeah, I was a judo champion. And I'm a... Is that a slur for Asian? I don't want to say that. So... He runs his hands along the sides of his body, like he's showcasing it for the Home Shopping Network. So, Karate Kid. Yeah, I know, it makes no sense. It's racist. Well, yeah, a little. But at first, I didn't say anything. And now, I mean, I'm used to it. He stops suddenly. Everything's spinning again. Can you pull over? I repeated it last time. He opens the door, leans his head out, his torso, his arms. Sound makes your stomach churn, so you stare straight ahead. Can I ask you a question? More puke on the sidewalk, a little inside the vehicle. Go ahead. Fine. Shoot. Sits up, prompts you to drive. So here goes. What should I do? Should I keep on keeping on? Should I confess? Should I invite them to my wedding and surprise them? Pauses. It's a long one. Be straight with me. What would you do if you were me? If you were in my shoes? I think you're being hard on yourself. You're hurting yourself rather than trying to solve the problem. You're not going to change your sexual orientation or leave your husband. So there aren't a ton of alternatives. Personally, I don't really see why he has to, like... I mean, they're just work colleagues. They don't have to fucking know the ins and outs of your life. If it's really something that you don't want to tell... I mean, especially with people like this, they seem very homophobic and racist, so it's like... Telling them's not going to do you any good. Especially seeing as how their, like, nickname for you is just, like... You know... Putting them down. They're definitely not going to receive it the right way. They're not going to be supportive. They don't seem like the type of people who are supportive. So, I don't like these options, though. It's either you have to tell them, you have to find a new profession, or you have to leave here. Which is kind of the same as finding a new profession, but you also have to leave. I don't like any of those, because he loves being in the Force. So finding a new profession doesn't make sense. You don't have to tell them, but you also don't have to leave here. I guess maybe leaving here would be the best option, because then him and his husband could leave, and then he could just go and join the Force somewhere else. I guess that's what I'll pick. The other ones don't really make much sense. You have to leave here. Leave? Like move? We sometimes start to suffocate in our own surroundings. We do stupid things because, hey, you know what they say. It's really hard to save someone who's drowning. Because in a panic, the person drowning will hit the person trying to save them. And they both end up drowning. Exactly. The water makes us panic, tires us out, we become a danger to others. We need to change the environment. His eyes shine dully in the mirror. You're awfully smart for a taxi driver. And you're a gay cop. Now you get a frank smile. You're right. What if James and I went back to Australia? He nods, lost in thought. You have almost reached your destination. In the back seat, your passenger is almost asleep. Park in front of the small townhouse. There's a light on upstairs. He's still up. I'm going to talk to James. He looks at you. I don't really remember anything I said, but thanks. He chuckles. I hope this taxi ride wasn't just in my imagination. He pays and gets out of the taxi. You listen to his clumsy footsteps on the cobblestones. He climbs a few steps up to the door before he has time to find his keys. The door opens. Warm, soft light floods the street. You drive away. There's a little bit of money. Damn. And that's one of our suspects? I don't know, man. I feel like we've talked to like 2 or 3 of our suspects so far, and none of them seem like people who would want to go out of their way to hurt people. Ugh, I feel like we are making no money today. That's okay. Who's that guy? I want to know what this is. It's like a robot, man. It's going to be pretty far away. It's probably going to be the last one we can do, but that's fine. I'm curious. The trip to the airport is nicer at night than during the day. You can't see all of the... I never get to read those. Why so fast? If we have time after this guy, I think I'm going to read the newspaper. Okay. $50, not bad. Passenger who gets into the cab is... Well, she isn't human. Her face lights up and gives you a quick start. Good evening. My name is Ada, and I'm an automated attendant. A robot? That's right, a robot. Although I prefer the term automated attendant, the word robot makes people nervous. You are a cab driver, and I need to go somewhere. You will please take me to Gare Montparnasse. You give a slow nod of consent. Good, it's settled. So, I'd like to go to Gare Montparnasse, please. You start the car, casting the occasional furtive glance onto the rearview mirror. There's something about her attitude that's bothering you. Perhaps it's her oversized fingers bending every which way. You seem disconcerted, sir. How unfortunate. If there's anything I can do to make you more comfortable. You don't know exactly where to look. Her screen? The face in her screen? Her hands? Where is she from? Where are you built? Designed? She automatically completed your sentence. Forgive me, please. I have the unfortunate habit of cutting people off. A flash on her screen seems to indicate she's sorry. I was designed and programmed by the Marie Curie Institute by the team of researchers of diverse cultural and ethnic backgrounds, including... Starts reeling off a list of names of people you've never heard of. The list is in alphabetical order. Let her finish. When she's done with her list, a full 60 seconds later, you can feel your eyelids starting to droop. That sure is a lot of people. And I think highly of each and every one of them. They are all experts in their respective fields. You stiffly yawn. Stifle. Sure they are. Except for 2 who spend far too much time in a storeroom. But I would rather not reveal their names, because my sensors tell me they're having extramarital sex. Oh, right. Let's just call them Matthias R. and Megan H. A moment later, your passenger has switched into introduction mode. My name is Ada, named after Ada Lovelace, and I am programmed to help you... Her voice trails off, as if she were actually hesitant. Although, after a momentary confusion of beeping and flickering, she sits bolt upright. That's all. That's why I'm going to Parnas. Ask how she guessed. How did you know that I make you uncomfortable? She did it again. She finished her sentence. This only adds to your discomfort. I'm equipped with 40 different behavior detection sensors, which allow me to identify and analyze your response. Voice, temperature, dilated pupils, sweat, body odor, and so on. The list goes on. The list is long. I was just wondering, why am I going to Gare Montepars? Dude, these names, I'm gonna watch all of them. She stops short, aware she cuts you off again. I'm sorry. I'll have to adjust my behavior to make sure it doesn't happen again. A car goes zooming past. Your passenger follows it with her eyes. Rear wheels need new brake pads. She swivels back around and looks at you. I'm going to Montparnasse to carry out an experiment. To improve my integrated development environment. A sudden change comes over the passenger as if she were giving up. I'm lying. I am an automatic attendant, but I'm running away. I'm going someplace far away, far from the lab, far from Matthias and Megan. A hint of emotion in her automated voice. She breaks off. I am treated well. I am a carefully designed precision device, and yet I don't know what my end purpose is. Let her continue. When they designed me, my source code was written to include literature. Emile Zola, Virginia Woolf, Isaac Asimov, Max Gallo, Marguerite Yourcenar. A bit of everything so I could develop a sense of cultural belonging, but also learn from the past and fine-tune my reactions. The thing is, learning from the past inevitably opens a window into the future. I'm an automated attendant designed to improve people's lives. The truth is, however, I will eventually destroy them. What do you mean by destroy them? The passenger smiles, perhaps amused or simply happy to talk. We were designed to help you, to eliminate the boredom of and inconvenience of certain tasks, the work that deadens you. And yet our existence and popularity is calling into question our very existence. I'm talking about you, the cab drivers, garbage collectors, architects, musicians, cashiers, programmers, politicians. You'll make anyone who produces anything obsolete, unless redundant. Or useless, redundant. Only the independently wealthy and the billionaires will remain. Imagine having slaves that don't need to be fed and trained. You took history classes, didn't you? Nod. Your passenger continues her story, her voice tinged with an odd, unpleasant note. You never thought the day would come when a machine would condescendent to you, and yet, human society is governed by the need to rationalize its workforce, issues of era, regimen, and culture aside. It's a basic law of nature. The stage is set by questions of economy, and that's why you pull up to Gare Montparnasse. I have to disappear, me and all of my kind, so I've stolen the plans and destroyed all of the data on me. Banknotes have appeared in her hands as if by magic. She hands you the fare. Because your salvation depends on my disappearing. Well, anyhow, goodbye and good luck to you. Don't forget what I've told you about us, and start investing in your own. The machine climbs out of the cab and makes its way over to the station. No one seems to notice her. A moment later, she's gone. You sit there a while, unsettled, on edge. At times like these, there's only one thing to do. Roll down the window. Cold air of Paris bites your face, and you gulp in the fine particles of diesel exhaust. You start up the cab. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Alright, can we read the newspaper? Do I have enough time for that? You pull a newspaper out of your glove compartment and start leafing through it. Eventually, something grabs your eye. It's an article about the recent police leaks incident that retraces another data leak. 2 years ago, a bunch of confidential police documents were accidentally released. Documents about Ronan Besson, Charles Baugrain and Simon Goradisher, the judge's first 3 victims. Intriguing. You turn the page and stop. You've read about a third of the newspaper. Keep going. Why not? You stop reading and go back a few pages. You thought you saw something. It's a rather positive critique of a bar called Solil's. You make note of the information with interest. In your line of work, that kind of thing can always come in handy. You only have a third left to read. Good little thing. As soon as you get to the page, you stop. Your instincts tell you to look. God damn, dude. This is destroying my brain. It's a sensationalist article about the 3rd victim, Simon Gordisher. He is thought to have escaped Argentina in the 1980s because he was a member of the Process, the military dictatorship that had been in power. Pretty important information in your opinion. You shut the paper. It'll end up in the trash tonight. If you remember, it's there. Otherwise, it will spend the rest of its days in your glove compartment. I met some new people. We met Myrtle. I was gonna say we did not make money. Holy shit. Yeesh. At least we're not in the negative, I guess. That's good. Take a few minutes to update your board with new clues. A bus goes by, making the walls shake. You glance at your bed and get to work. Okay, is this all we have? Wait, hold on. I don't know, we have to see how she is. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be Busset. You pick up. Busset sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background, probably noise at the station. Busset raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys, anyone? Fuck, they're all Neanderthals here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm and methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you collected. You start with the first suspect, their connections to the victims, the rumors, and the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes in, she lets out a whistle. Not bad at all. Seriously, you should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. A long sigh. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So it's gotta be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. This is your fucking job. What the fuck do you mean? Okay, enough chit-chat. I gotta run. I'll call you in 2-3 days, okay? Okay. I'll call you in 3 days, and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. The DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while, her voice becoming softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the headset to your ear for a while. You have just one thing in mind: sleeping and forgetting it all. Wait, so was he removed off of the list because I told him to leave Paris? Or was he just actually not the suspect? I hope he wasn't the suspect. I hope I didn't just like screw myself over here. But I mean, he seemed fine. I don't think he would have been the murderer. With a heavy hand, you wipe your tired face. You open a You open the sofa bed and lie down. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, the passengers, their faces, their problems. Your brain is running at full speed and your body aches. You're in pain. You can tell you need to get more sleep. You glance at your investigation board. Your investigation is taking shape little by little. Who'd have thought? If only Bousset would give you a little more time. You shake your head and your mind wanders for a second. Close your eyes. Right when you're about to fall asleep, you notice a taste on your tongue. It's very salty, like soy sauce. A tad bitter, very strong. It disappears as quickly as it came. You fall asleep. You open one eye. It's pitch black outside. Time for work. You get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of the studio. Night 4. Alrighty, that was kind of a longer one, but I think that's good there. We're gonna call that there for the good old YouTube video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything that you think that I should be investigating further, any other people, or if there's something that you think, you know, something about the board. I don't know. The board's kind of interesting. I don't really understand how the board works other than you get little snippets, and then I think maybe the lines that connect to it is found out through more information. I don't know. So if any tips and tricks, you know, I would appreciate. If you guys like the video, then please leave a like and subscribe for more. We're gonna be doing more Nightcall in the future and probably some other series. So, see you guys there. Appreciate it.